Part 2. Dreams of blue and red and blue bloodline races. But going back to the dream I had. Both sides were wearing suits. The good race was wearing red suits. Red clothing, pretty much, I'll say. And these are the good ones representing Cain's red bloodline. Basically, it's not copper based. It's more, it's more of a, I guess, nutritional, like it's good for your blood, like type race. I don't know, like copper and aluminum. Copper was the bad, which represented the blue. Aluminum was the red, that represented the good. So the pure race, red bloodlines. Now the blue bloodlines represented more the copper based bloodline. That's when you go back and see the sacrifices Cain and Abel presented before the Lord. Cain's job was to keep, and he was a groundskeeper. He just had to take care of the grounds, and then basically Cain's was to take care of the grounds, and Abel's job was to he was a sheep herder. He had to take care of the sheep, so his sacrifice was a sheep. And it was more in tune, and God appreciated his sacrifice, and his sacrifice was more taken. But when, I'll have to go back and look at the story, like the Cain, he gave God, a bull or whatever like that, and it just more copper based, but it wasn't what God wanted, and so he didn't take his sacrifice. And he was telling Cain, do not let sin take over. Eventually, if you let it, it will. And that's exactly what he did, and he killed his brother. And then God was asking, where is your brother? He said, what am I, my brother's keeper? And God already knew what he did. He's just asking him. He already knew that this was going to happen. God already knew our world was going to be like this. But going back, the red represented Cain's bloodline, the good side, and the blue suits represented the red represented Abel's good bloodline, and then the blue represented Cain's bloodline, the evil race. And see, when people say like, oh no, his bloodline was wiped off the earth, it's always a spiritual battle, because this goes back to spiritual things. It's a spiritual war. World War III is fought in the spirit because it is more spiritual. The blue bloodlines are an evil race. It's evil. And it's for the ones that will never find truth and see truth, or not even seeking after it. Don't even know what it is. It could be any truth. Just to clarify that. Blue is you know no truth. Red is for truth seekers that all they do is seek truth, and that's all they want. They are truth seekers. Blue is for people that live in lies and just eat up the lie, sugarcoat. So you can even ask them, do you know what truth is? Oh, of course, they'll tell you they would know truth. They know what truth is, but they don't. It's almost like having a mirror. One mirror is clean and the other one is dirty, and the blue holds on to the dirty mirror and the red holds on to the clean mirror. So you tell the difference, you see the difference. And going back to the dream, it was a week after I had been seeking God and asking, is this stuff real? And then I had that dream. And then it was almost like both those races turned towards me to look at me in the dream, and then the dream goes off. But the red suits were for Abel's bloodline, and the blue suits were for Cain's. The pure versus the impure, basically. And so, this is why I believe, and this is why I say, even going back to Enoch, yes, the church doesn't classify Enoch as being biblically canon, but God can use whatever he wants to use, you know. And so, having said that, This is why I say time and time and time again that Cain's spirit is still here, living, breathing in the earth, ready to take hold of anybody with the spirit. And she's gonna get more nasty, basically. Week after I had seek the Most High about this, that Yahweh, that I had the dream, then it went off. And I don't believe it's a joke. I don't believe it's just so much of it. I just believe, like, get these for a reason. Just like any other dream when I had about the giants. I was walking in the cave. I went to the center of the earth. I saw dinosaurs. I saw giants. I saw all. It's just like any of those dreams. And I believe something in the latter days that His Spirit would be poured over all flesh, and they would be getting these things. I just don't always intend it. I don't talk about them with everyone unless, like, I feel there is that spiritual connection. Something resonates and speaks to me from the other person that, hey, maybe they're seeking after something truthful, you know, and then I would share it with them. So, but don't get me wrong when I say that, you know, when people mock and laugh at me for this, that I am doing something right. I know I am, because there is truth to this, and I do believe it. Growing up, I don't know, I receive God's word and everything differently than my family does. I grew up in a Christian household, and I received so much things differently and so much more than my dad had received or seen or anything like that. It just seems like it's way deeper. But I believe there is a time that is coming. We are reaching a crescendo where you're going to see more the war that is going on is going to get deeper, more rougher. There's something that is coming people are not ready for. Something that is coming that is sinister. But, you know, blessings, Godspeed, Paradise.